Right, hello. You guys are watching this. This is my Photoshop tutorials. This goes well. Probably be doing more. Well, today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make this cool background I have here. It's actually on Abduzeedo. Google that. Abduzeedo. Cool website. Check them out. So, alright, let's start. Open up Photoshop. Work on pretty much any version you have. CS3 or higher. You're going to go to File, New, put in your screen resolution. Mine is up here, 2560 by 1440, whatever yours is. Put those numbers in, make sure it's pixels, and press OK. Alright, what you want to do now is make a black solid layer. So press G on your keyboard. Make sure your colors are black. Alright, and go over here to our layer. Double click onto it, add a gradient overlay, change this to radial, click on our colors, change the first color to a kind of a gray color, numbers right there if you want the exact number, 3C, 3C, 3C. We'll change our second color to black. Alright, press OK, just click over here, drag this up a bit, and change the angle a bit just to make it bigger. 39 degrees, press OK. Alright, make a new layer, fill it in with white. Alright, then go over to Filter, Stylize, what was it? I'm looking. No, render lighting effects. Go up to Style, change it to RGB lights. You can change this to any color you want, but for tutorial, we'll just keep it default. Make sure this is 60, 96. Make sure all your settings are the same as mine. These are all default settings, so they probably will be. Press OK. I'm going to add a blur to this. Go to Filter, Blur, Gaussian Blur. You get about 80 pixels, somewhere around there. Enter. Alright, now we'll change this transfer mode over here of this layer to overlay. Should have this effect going on here. Alright. Now what we're going to do is we're going to make the star background thing we have right there. Alright, go back to your paint bucket tool, whatever it is. Fill it in with black. Press V on your keyboard just to go back to your direct selection tool. Go to Filter, Noise, Add Noise. Alright, we'll change the amount to somewhere around 18.92, somewhere around there. Make sure it's Gaussian and make sure monochromatic is checked. That'll just make it to where it's all black and white. Press OK. Now what we're going to do is go to Image, Adjustment, Levels. We're going to bring up our blacks. Doesn't have to be exact, just eyeball it to wherever you want it to be. They're going to bring up the whites. So move the left arrow thing to the right to bring down the blacks, and move the right one to the left to bring up the whites a bit. Alright, so that looks just about right. Press OK. Make sure that layer is on top. We're going to change the transfer mode to screen. Alright, see, now I should have this effect going on here. You're going to add a new layer, fill this in with black, and make sure that your foreground colors, or whatever, the foreground and background colors are black and white. And we're going to go to Filter, Render, Clouds. And yours might look a little bit different because this is pretty much all random, so, just deal with what you got. And change transfer mode to overlay. Cool little effect here. We'll see what I'm noticing now is that my stars are a little too bright. So we're going to go back to it. Back to that layer. Back to Image, Adjustments, Levels. And we're going to bring down the blacks. Oops, I think I'm on the wrong layer. Cancel. Just hide this for now. Adjustment. just bring down the blacks a little more, just so they're not too overpowering, you know. Alright, okay, that looks good. Turn that back on. And you can just go back to that. Keep going filter render clouds until you get something you like, you know. Alright, that looks alright, I guess. Now, what you're going to want to do is, you're going to go back to that little color layer we have there, add a new layer, put it on the bottom of these three layers. I'm going to fill this in with black. Then we're going to go back to filter, render, lens flare. And change this to a 105mm prime. And just move it to wherever you'd like. Your brightness is somewhere between 90 and about 110. Anywhere around there should do pretty good. And click OK. Should have that going there. And we'll see what I did is I just added another one right there, and we got this cool little design thing going on here. Alright. To do that, you're going to want to add a new layer on top of that one. Fill it with black, filter, render, lens flare, and we're going to use the movie prime one for that. And just move it up somewhere in the corner, somewhere around that general area. And maybe turn up the brightness a bit. Click OK. Alright. We'll see, I don't really like where that one's at, so we're going to do that again. Filter, render, lens flare. Just move it somewhere around there. That looks better. You're going to want to change the transfer mode on that one to screen. You should see both of them now. Pretty good. Pretty good. Alright. Now we're gonna, that's pretty much it. You can stop there. File, save it as a JPEG or whatever you want. But if you want to know how to make this little V looking thing, it's V for my name. Or retarded looking V, you know. But anyway, if you want to know how to do that, I'm going to teach you right now. Alright, so we're going to go back to our bottom flare layer. We're going to add a new layer on top of that. We're going to get our rectangle marquee tool and just draw a square around that. What you want to do is get your brush tool, B, and make sure it's a soft brush. This one right there should do good. Around 800 pixels. Somewhere around there. 700, 800. Anything will do. And make sure it's white. Just going to click a few times. Alright, looks pretty good. And we'll change it to a smart object. So go over here, right click on it, convert to smart object. Now we'll press Command or Control D to deselect it. And now we have this. What you can do is rotate it a bit, resize it. Just resize it, grab the corners, make sure you're holding down Shift so everything stays proportional. And then there you have it. That's how you make it. You can be a little bit creative with it. You know, you can Command or Control J on the layer to duplicate it. Then with that layer highlighted, you can go over it to make sure it's selected. You should see a box around it. Right click. Oh wait, I mean, what did I do wrong? No. Click on it. Command or Control T. Then right click, and we can flip it horizontally. And you can just drag it over there. And now you have a nice little V shape. You can move it around, resize it, whatever you like. And place it. Move it around some more. Whoops, wrong layer. The heck.